Dude, you doing this coffee? But it's time to record. Welcome back to the late podcast. Oh, it's been a while. What episode are we on? We're on 14?
Yeah, I think 14.
I could be wrong. We could be on episode 15.
But
I believe we're on 14. I don't think we've hit 15 yet.
Alright, yeah, we're good.
Okay. Sorry, we were checking the recording, make sure everything's coming up. Episode 14, kind of been a while since we've done this because last week was kind of hectic. We had a lot going on. I had to go to my training this weekend, so it was kind of hard for us to get an episode in for this upcoming episode of Tuesday, so we had to do it. Tonight is Sunday night. We're going to be recording for Tuesday. We also have a hectic week coming up this week, so we will be recording again Thursday episode probably tomorrow. And I think last week we just weren't prepared for our hectic week that we had last week too. So.
Yeah, we didn't think it was going to be as busy and as like full throttle as it was.
Yeah. It was pretty hectic.
It kind of just blindsided us a little bit, but here we are now.
Clearly, we don't have our third host, Matt, here today. I don't know. I think we're going to kind of keep doing this kind of thing on Tuesday where it's just Hunter and I. Maybe. I don't know.
Possibly.
We'll see. Because we might want to start doing Tuesdays as information, shorter episodes, and Thursdays as our main episode for the week of guests, probably an hour and a half long.
Well, we keep these ones a little bit shorter, so
Yeah.
you're not just dragging along.
Yeah, so we're not dragging you out throughout the week, you know. I don't know. I had work almost every day. I had my main job every day. My second job almost every day last week, and the weekend was packed full. I was hunting, so we couldn't do anything that.
Yeah, and
His
my
dad
dad's
came in,
town.
so yeah.
And his birthday was on Tuesday, so that's another reason why we weren't able to get an episode out for Tuesday. And then, if you're in the Northeast Ohio area, haunted housing started up here. I work at Bloodview Haunted House out in Broadview Heights, so that took up a good chunk of the weekend. So that's another reason for
And this weekend.
for our delay.
And then it's on. I reminded Hunter, because you guys were not going to get an episode at all last week, to at least put out something of a post on YouTube or a post on Instagram of, hey, sorry, can't get to you guys this week, on Wednesday or something. Been a crazy week, a lot going on, family stuff, work related stuff, and man never did anything.
I was a little busy.
I know, but 5-second post couldn't hurt you, could it? But it is what it is. We're trying hard here. I mean, we're still only 19, 20 years old, so we're in that phase of working hard and going to school and trying to start our life. And the podcast
So
is
be
something
nice in
that
the comments.
the podcast is something that we want to do, and we enjoy doing it a lot, but it's hard to work out the schedules right now. So once we get consistent jobs and that are gonna be a consistent schedule, it's gonna be easier to work it into our schedule. We might have to record 2 podcasts on the same day, and just hard to do right now. So, and especially he said for his Halloween season, working that into the schedule now on top of it, it's so difficult. Because we were doing some podcasts, we were knocking out a podcast Friday.
Yeah.
After we already had one up for Thursday, we were knocking out on Friday for Tuesday and Saturday for Thursday.
Yeah.
And we would just do it after work. And now it's so difficult.
Luckily, we only have a month left of that.
Yeah.
Maybe not even, just a few more weeks, and then it'll be back to normal.
Yeah, and we'll be on more of a consistent schedule, which will be better. You start school soon, right?
Yeah, end of the month.
Okay. So, and then...
Speaking of which, I need to check my payment plan so I don't get booted out of my classes.
Yeah. And then I don't have anything going on for the Army for until December, and then I don't have anything in January and then February. So I mean, my weekends are pretty much open, but that's gonna be a lot for hunting.
Yeah.
A lot of that's dedicated for me for hunting. So I've had it worked out that way. So specifically for that, but is this picking up anything?
It should be. For those of you at home, it's recording, but we don't see our audio levels like how we normally do. So that's why we're a little skeptical right now.
Yeah, because we don't. I mean, we're only like 5 minutes in, but we don't want to waste all this. I mean, God, 100. Let's de-stress ourselves a little bit. How was how's the week with your dad and everything?
It's going good. My stepmom, she was in town as well. She talks a lot.
I know. It's alright.
Love her, but me and my dad, we're very quiet people, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
She talks a lot compared to us. And my dad's always making jokes about it, and it's like, yeah, I can kind of understand that. But if you're watching, I'm not trying to be rude. Just, you talk a little bit more than I'd like.
We need to play poker soon. It's getting to that season.
Yeah, we're getting close to Ghost in the Graveyard season 2.
No.
Oh yeah, we gotta do it again. And we have to stay with the timeline and do it in January.
In January when it snows out too?
Mm-hmm.
So it's snowing on the night that we do it?
Oh yeah. To where it's like up to our kneecaps possibly.
Do I need to bring a knife to lose it in the snow again?
No, this time we're emptying our pockets in the breezeway.
Okay, alright. I think I'll empty it in here rather than your breezeway.
Right.
But, so you said to me before the podcast started that you guys are finally putting in windows downstairs?
Oh yeah. 3 windows have been taken out, and for over a year now, it's just been plywood over the windows.
Wow.
And we're getting spiders this big to this big.
Show the camera that?
Yeah. This big to about that big, just coming through as they please. And we're kind of getting sick and tired of all the spiders, as most would. So, we're finally going to take it upon ourselves tomorrow morning to go ahead and finally put some windows in, since most of the people that are part of that crew are back.
So, does this mean anything about going on towards finishing the basement now, or no? Not yet?
Not really. Kind of just need a little bit more moolah and prices to drop just a little bit more.
I was going to say, yeah, a little bit more lumber droppage in price.
Yeah.
Because they were supposed to drop from like March to October. They were supposed to drop like a lot. And they've dropped like maybe like
pennies to $1.
Yeah, like $2 instead of like what it would be back then, like a year and a half ago to buy it, almost
Right.
2 years ago, you know. So
yeah, right now the main thing is insulating and drywalling. Because we already had everything inspected. Now we just need the insulation, which is going to be about that thick of foam,
yeah.
like how we did the outside.
Are you gonna do a spray foam?
No, sheets that we have to
alright.
measure and cut.
Yeah.
Which, that's a job and a half right there.
Yeah, I know.
And then getting drywall through the door, down the stairs, and
That's a project. I mean, if you know how like hard it is to basically go through one door, make a 90-degree turn, go down and make another 90-degree turn that is like within a 4-foot gap with a 9-foot long plywood board, you know it's difficult.
oh yeah.
So, I mean,
The worst by far was when we had to take like 30 sheets of drywall up a ladder into the chute.
oh yeah,
opening we
because you
had
can't,
upstairs.
you can't get through there anyway else.
Yeah.
The easiest way. That's what I think you probably were gonna do downstairs with the plywood. But now you're because you have plywood up, you're probably
Yeah.
just gonna go through that way. But now you're putting windows in, so you can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, so if anything, we're gonna probably most likely pre-cut the drywall after getting measurements, and then
I
take
would
it
assume,
down.
hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
I mean, not only would that be just better for like not having as much dust in the house,
Yeah.
it'd be easier to take downstairs too.
Oh yeah.
So
Especially when it comes to cleanup.
my question is, are you still doing that little like kitchen area?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah. You
So-
know,
If you guys don't know, I think we've talked about it once before on the podcast in an earlier episode that we eventually when the basement is finished, we want to relocate down there. Correct?
yeah.
Because you're gonna get like a couch or two with a lazy boy too.
Hopefully the lazy boy. My dad doesn't want the lazy boy.
So
I want the lazy
at least a couch or two, and it'll kind of be this same similar setup, but won't have as much background distraction, and hopefully we can put something up. It says the late podcast and get something made up for that.
I've actually been trying to go on like custom ink to see like what designs would be cool.
For like the shirts and stuff.
Yeah, but I
Because
can't
we do
pick
plan on
something.
that. Yeah.
I can't pick something because
Well, you probably have like 3 different designs or something.
I've got like a billion designs. I never got to the part where I checked out the price, but it's always like, nah, that looks alright, scrap it.
How about we get down to 5 designs, and then we'll put a poll out on our Instagram. You guys can vote on it,
There we go.
or we can put it on our YouTube, one of the two, and you guys can vote on it. Because I don't think you can do a poll of more than 2 on Instagram. So I know YouTube, we can put a poll out for 5 items, or we can do Twitter.
Yeah.
If we open up a Twitter for the account, we can do a Twitter poll for like 5 different designs, and you guys can vote on that, and we can leave it up to you guys, and see what you guys like, and then we might stick with it. We don't know what the future holds for us. We might change it, something similar
You know,
to what we want.
kind of like how some brands change their logo.
Yeah.
Like how Apple did so many times.
Yeah, right. I mean, there's so many, like, companies out there that do different text for their
Mhm.
logo and, like, all that. So it's, like, not they just have one specific logo. Like, I can't say Nike because they just are known for their swoosh. But,
Yeah.
like, how many times did they change the text for Nike, you know?
Right.
So, or, like, they'll put, like, a slash through the Nike symbol or whatever.
Mhm.
Like, it's just small things like that we can change and stuff. So, or we can completely change our logo.
Yeah. Because the running idea is like a coffee cup, sunglasses, and a microphone. But from time to time,
I think you need to start drinking coffee in the podcast so we can do that.
I got a cup from this morning sitting in my room.
That doesn't count. I meant on the podcast.
Next thing you know, just summon my cup of coffee like Thor in his hammer.
Well, we're the late podcast, and, like, I understand our intro, like, it's funny and stuff, but we do nothing in the podcast for
About
coffee at all. But that's our intro. It makes no sense. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it was just something that it was in the heat of the moment. And it was funny and it was hilarious to us. So we were like, all right, people will enjoy this and it'll be funny, and if they understand our humor, it'll be funny to them.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of like we're 14 episodes in, and it's been our starting of every episode, and it is that thing that people hear the most and know for our podcast. We do nothing with coffee though, so it's like we're stuck in it
Yeah.
to a point, but it's
We
also
gotta get you on coffee.
the reason that I don't drink as much caffeine or like energy drinks or coffee or pre-workout is because the one time I went to like the doctor, and it was like early, and I had a monster before I went, and my blood pressure was 150 over 110, which is really bad.
Yeah.
It's really, really bad. Normally my blood pressure is 120 over 90, which is like perfect.
Yeah.
but I had like one bang and my blood pressure skyrocketed. I'm like, I'm never, like at that moment on, I was like, I'm not drinking Bang, Monster, anything from here on out, because I pinpointed on that. Let alone I have not taken my blood pressure without having one of those energy drinks or any caffeine throughout the day.
Mm.
So I think I will try that once or something and see if my blood pressure is affected at all, because I might just have high blood pressure. It's in my family, so
If anything, you can always drink decaf.
yeah,
It's still coffee.
it just doesn't taste the same.
Just add some cream or sugar.
Add a little bit more cream and sugar.
Yeah. Spice it up a little bit.
I add enough as it is now, so
There you go. Just a little bit more.
yeah, just fuck me even more, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh, and if those of you watching, if you see my sock, they're a little dirty, but that's because I wear boots a lot. So
Supposedly they're from the boots, but I wear white socks with boots all the time, and I don't ever get marks like that. And I work in boots.
Hey,
I
these
wear
are-
cowboy boots. I go to the army in boots. I wear a lot of boots,
do your
and that
feet
never
sweat a
happens to me.
lot?
Yeah, I just told you I work in boots, 8 hours a day, running around, 13 miles of walking or slash jogging a day, 27,000 steps.
Well, I can tell you, these were bright white this
And it
morning.
never happens. I think what's wrong is your boots.
Probably. They're really dirty inside. Because I wear them for just about everything and anything.
Well, that's the thing. You need to have like dedicated boots. I've like 5 different type of boots. Like I've got Tim's, I've got my cowboy boots, I have my army boots, I have work boots, and then I have boots that I use for like indoor work.
You should get a pair of Doc Martens.
And then I have my hunting boots. I have my like boots that are insulated very much so I can go hunting in them and stay warm. I have muck boots that like I can walk through like a bunch of like disgusting water and mud and stuff
Yeah.
and not my feet not be wet. I've got many different types of boots.
Yeah, you should get a pair of Doc Martens too.
No, because they don't look good.
Yeah, they do.
To you, to me they don't.
What's wrong
I don't
with
like them.
It's almost like a thin leather Tim.
The only thing I'm missing is dress boots.
Dress boots.
Like something that's like dressier.
Well,
Like
all
kind of
black.
like a nice leather kind of cowboy boot, but not a cowboy boot. Like I've
So
got to
Doc
find
Martens.
something. No. If I'm gonna get it, like it'd be a nice leather cowboy boot if is a dress boot for me.
Kind of like the
for
ones
me,
I've been looking at.
similar, yeah, but they're like $500. The
Yeah.
ones that I was looking at.
Yeah, you can keep those.
Yeah, they're a dress boot. They're
Oh, yeah.
meant to like go out and like go out to a nice place to eat or
Shotgun
something
wedding.
and like, huh?
Shotgun wedding.
Why not? I mean, I've got a nice hat. I mean, it's not like a custom made hat for my head, but it's an expensive hat that's like top of the line hat,
Mhm.
kind of. I mean, I'm gonna say top of the line, but it's like top of the line for middle class.
Right.
It's not like $4,000 hat that people get fitted to them and like specifically like made with a leather of some type that or a skin of some type. No, I can't afford that.
Right.
I mean, there's country artists out there that have like a couple like $1,000 hats and stuff. I'm like,
Sometimes they'll just throw them off to the crowd.
I'll pass. You know, well, they don't throw those ones. They'll throw these hats out to them because these are 120 bucks, but it's a Stetson. Like it's a nice hat. They're a good brand. They're a well-known brand, but there's better brands out there.
Yeah.
Just like kind of how people say like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and Coach are like really good like brands.
Yeah.
They're good brands for middle class. The millionaires, they buy, what is it? It starts with an A or something. I don't want to say Avion, but it's similar. And like, I looked at one of their wallets, $2,000 just for a plain like wallet like that you have in your pocket. Nothing fancy on it, just a black leather wallet with their logo in the back bottom right side.
Fuck that.
$2,000? That's what millionaires have.
Hell, if I was a millionaire.
Like not like millionaire, like $100 million, $200 million millionaire. Not like, all right, I got like $10 million. Like, yes, they are millionaires. They have a lot of money, but they're not the ones that are going out. They're the ones that are still going out there and be like, got a $200 Gucci belt. Like,
Right.
they're those types of millionaires. Like, they flex that Gucci and Michael Kors and Louis Vuitton and Coach. Like, yes, it's impressive to a lot of people, but those $100 million, $200 million people, they buy those wallets that are $5,000. They buy those purses that are $25,000, $75,000. Like, they know where the good stuff is, and they're not like they're well known brands, but they're not like they're like not those everyday brands that you
It's like
see.
that hidden gem.
Yes, they're very well off companies. Those companies have a lot of success, but you don't hear about them that often.
Yeah.
Because how many times have you gone to school, well, when we were in high school, and you see a girl carrying a Louis Vuitton?
All the time.
Right. That's impressive to us because we're in a public school in a small, like, I don't want to say small, average, above average size suburb.
Yeah.
And that's impressive to us because it's like, wow, you got a Louis Vuitton, you're in high school? What?
Yeah, you go to like those private schools. They're like Louis Vuitton. What are you, poor?
Right, exactly. That's my point.
Yeah.
Like, not saying a private school like Padua, like an actual private school that tuition is $50,000 a year. Like, their parents are paying money for them to be there. Every single one of their sport teams is a state team. Like, these schools, they are like Louis Vuitton. I had that when I was 8.
I wouldn't even wipe my butt with that.
Right. So, I don't know how did I get on this rant? It was about hats, but besides that, and all of a sudden we got into this whole rant of how Louis Vuitton sucks, but Louis Vuitton is not a bad brand. Louis Vuitton is an amazing brand. Like, it's very impressive. Like, if you can buy your significant other a Louis Vuitton bag, or a Gucci bag, or a Coach bag, it's very, you're good. You're doing good. You're not going to Walmart and buying those $5
Half the time it's the same material, just with somebody else's name on it.
Well, that's the thing about some of those other bigger brands. It's about the brand name.
Yeah, because like, if you know how Kanye does clothes.
Yeah.
If you were to take this, rip this off.
It's the same. I'm not gonna lie. It's the same material, but just with Kanye's name.
Yeah, $1 million. This, $25.
Right. So what I loved it. Well, not Champion, but.
At Walmart.
Okay. What I love to see is people rave about some of these people on YouTube and Instagram and stuff that are, again, I'm gonna get back on this rant, wearing Louis Vuitton, Michael Kors and stuff, and they're like, oh my god, like, you're so rich and stuff. I'm like, yes, they have money. I'm not gonna lie. Louis Vuittons are expensive and Michael Kors are expensive, and they're good brands. I love Michael Kors suits. They're amazing. I want to buy one myself, but they're like $2,000, and I don't have that kind of money. But there's better suits out there. There's well-known brand, like there's better off brands that are more expensive because their quality is just that much better, and those people that have a little bit more money than those Instagram models and the YouTube kids and stuff, they don't buy the Louis Vuitton and the Michael Kors because everyone else raves about them and like
Right.
wants them, and then they're cheaper, and it makes them look wealthy. And I'm
For a
not gonna
minute.
right, but when someone goes, "Oh, I have this,"
Right.
I can't think of the brand name. It starts with an A, and I want to look it up so bad, but my phone is recording.
It's almost like when people brag about like having a Ford this or a Chevy this, but then you got the guy who's like, I got a Lambo.
Yeah, but what? That's the same kind of idea. So middle class, yeah.
Yeah.
We get, our Fords or our Chevys or
Dodge.
Dodge, whatever. That's a lot of the cars that you see out there. The Honda Civics, Toyota Camrys. Those are a lot of the middle class cars that you see. And then when one of your middle class buddies buys a Corvette, you're like, damn, you're doing good.
Right.
Or like buys a Mustang, like, holy crap. Or a Challenger or a Charger, whatever. Like, that's good. Like, that's a lot of money. Not a lot of people can afford that, let alone buy a brand new car. A lot of people
Yeah.
live life by buying used cars.
Or leasing.
Right. So, yes, it is amazing. You're doing good in life. If you
Yeah.
can afford that and have a house payment and have kids and whatever and afford a Corvette or something, you're doing amazing. But there's that another tier still.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the Lambos. Those are the people that are like the big YouTubers or the Instagram models or whatever.
Driving like fucking McLarens.
And they've got those Lamborghini Gallardos, Aventadors, But then there's the top tier dogs
Mm-hmm.
driving the $3 million Bugattis, the Paganis, the fucking McLaren Sennas, McLaren P1s, the Lamborghini. I don't want to mess this name up because I know it, but I'm gonna mess it up. It's like the I'm gonna mess it up. I'm not even gonna try it because I'm gonna mess it up. But there's that level,
Yeah.
And that's the people that are the millionaires that are like, they built a company or they invented something and they just are absolute. They've made it.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about their
Working.
grandkids. They don't have to worry about their grandkids working, let alone their kids.
Right.
And then those people, majority of the time, have a private jet also. So that a private jet's like 15 mil.
Yeah.
So, and then to run a private jet, to go from like Cleveland to LA, I looked it up. It's, I want to say like 120 grand one way,
Yeah. Damn.
because you got to pay for the fuel, you got to pay for the staffing, you got to pay for like to land places and other stuff. You don't think about how much actually goes into it.
Right.
So it's crazy on how much money is actually spent on a private. But there's also like you can rent like private, and that's like 20 grand just to go from Colorado to LA.
Right.
What just happened?
Oh, it's just
Alright,
asleep.
cool, whatever.
What is that?
sorry.
And sorry for that spike. My hand bumped the mic again.
So you see why so many people, like, even though like they've made it, like Keanu Reeves,
Yeah.
man still flies commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't fly first class. That man has made it, and he still flies commercial, and he still rides the subway.
Yeah.
Because I feel that for him, he just still feels like an average guy.
Yeah, you gotta sometimes.
You just
get
have to
those
bring
people-
yourself to reality.
Yeah, you live below your means.
And he most definitely does.
Oh yeah, very humble guy.
He, like, in majority of his movies, he's wearing like a suit, tie, and like being a badass. If you've ever seen him in real life, he's just like t-shirt,
Oh, yeah.
jeans, t-shirt, jeans from Walmart, Old Navy, whatever,
Jacket.
a leather jacket or something, like not expensive at all.
Mm-hmm.
And like he doesn't like, he's got long hair, but he does like he maintains it, but like it sometimes it just doesn't look like it because he just lives below his means.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't pay for those outrageous things. That man can own a Bugatti. That man can own a McLaren P1. Like, he can buy whatever he wants. I mean, he can buy a Koenigsegg. Like,
Yeah.
these really well-known car brands, he can own it, but I think, like, what was John Wick 3, he made like 20 mil off that movie or something like that. $20 million is a lot of money. You can live from our age till we die off of $3 million and live very comfortably.
Oh yeah.
Very comfortably off of $3 million.
Yeah, let's see how much he grossed off of that movie.
Well, I know for sure Robert Downey Jr. made like $20 million off of Endgame. So
for sure.
I'm wondering what Keanu Reeves, because Robert Downey Jr. had to split that with a lot of people. I'm wondering what Keanu Reeves made off of just John Wick 3. Because he's worth a good amount.
Let's see. He made three. Alright. Oh, this is box office. The movie alone made $327.3 million.
Exactly.
Let's see. How much did he get paid? He got paid $120 million.
I was way, way off. Holy crap.
And the guy still rides the sub. When he was younger, his family was having a lot of health problems. And those movies he had made before, all that money he was sending to them.
Oh, I know.
He could have been like, oh, that sucks.
No, but he cares. He cares a lot, and I really like that about him.
Mm-hmm.
But what's crazy, $120 million. That's more than a lot of people's net worth. And he made that in one movie. Like, I'm saying, like, famous people's net worth. I believe, like, Blake Lively's only, like, I want to say net worth. This is off of Google, so it's never 100% correct. But I think I looked her up a couple years ago, and she was only worth, like, 50 mil.
Damn.
And she's a well-known actor.
Oh, yeah. Married to Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds. Oh. But that's crazy that Keanu Reeves made $120 million off of one movie. But you know how much he probably donated. And he's a very generous guy, and I love him for that. And Ryan Reynolds is too, though.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is he's hilarious, but very generous.
Out of his own pocket, you remember how in Deadpool he was wearing a Betty White shirt from Golden Girls?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had paid for that himself. It wasn't studio. He paid to use her likeness.
I believe it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the one time, like, Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds were, this was a while ago, I don't remember when it was.
Their little feud.
Their feud?
Yeah.
He paid $1 million for a commercial.
Mm-hmm.
And Hugh Jackman just, like, shit on his brand.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman was like, here's a good gin. Puts it on the table sideways with the cap open. And flicks the cap across the room. I thought the truce was fake. It's so funny.
You see why I want to get into film? Because I could be a director, but then I could also be like how Tarantino is, how Tim Burton is.
Or how about how
Stan Lee and be in my own movies.
Stan Lee wasn't a director.
Producer.
But you can be a director like who? Happy in Iron Man.
Oh, yeah.
He directed all the Iron Man movies, and he was in every single one of them. My brother's calling me, but he can wait.
Hopefully it doesn't stop the recording.
I hope that doesn't stop the recording. That's why I'm not touching my watch. But we've been going on for
a little bit now.
40 minutes.
Yeah, say
I don't think we're done. I'm sorry. We are having a great conversation right now, and it is just the two of us, and we never do this.
Right.
And I don't want to end it. Like I know we have to go get food and like. But let's be honest, this is probably one of our best podcasts right now. If we don't have anyone else.
Once you guys get past like that boring 15 minutes, you're gonna enjoy it.
This is a very good podcast.
But yeah, that's another reason why I want to get into that. And then to be like Keanu Reeves, because you know how I am. I look at money, I'm like, oh, that's not a lot.
Yeah.
And I save my money.
Right.
If anything, if I become an actor and a director, I'd most likely, comparison-wise, be like Keanu Reeves. Because I don't go to the expensive stores.
Yeah.
I never want to. I have to get clothes at where I work.
Do. Yeah.
I have to close it where I work. It's like people actually wear that.
I would never go to a store that you work at.
Oh yeah.
This is H&M. Yeah, they're better known. Like, a little on the pricey side, but not a lot. Like, this was like $20.
Yeah.
It was just pricey for a flannel that you can just go and buy at Walmart, but it's nice quality. That's what that's what I go for. I don't go for super expensive, but I go for nice quality. This Hollister shirt, nice knitted quality. I like it. It again, $15-$20. The jeans, Wrangler jeans. Yeah, I can go buy Levi jeans for $60, but these are the same quality. Different brand, well-known brand, different brand for like $20-$30. I think I paid for these, and like I just wear Hanes socks and like Hanes underwear.
Hanes.
Right, exactly. Like I don't. It's good quality. It's comfortable, and like I don't need to go buy those. I did it a while ago when I was younger. Like, oh, I need this one pair of socks that is $28 just for one pair. I don't do that anymore. Like it's so expensive. Yeah, I have some good pairs of underwear because I like being comfortable. Like I have Hollister underwear, and it's like.
Or like when you're trying to look nice, you want to feel nice too.
Right. I mean, I go a little like, yeah, I splurge a little bit for myself because I feel like, oh, I got a pretty good paycheck this week, and like I've paid all my bills this month already.
Understandable.
So I went out and bought boots. I buy my belt, and I bought a new outfit. Like, and those were, it was kind of expensive, but like I was able to splurge because I earned it.
Yeah.
And then I did the same thing for my hat. Like, I don't do it all at one time.
Right.
I do it after I've done everything that I need to. And then, like, I put some away for savings, and then I go and buy things because I want it. And I've done everything that I need to do for payments and everything. I feel like I've earned it. I've worked my butt off. I'm trying to watch my swing. I've worked my butt off to earn it. So I believe I've earned it. So just like we are doing what we have to do to make this podcast a better podcast for you guys, but we have our own bills. We're only 18, 19, 20. We don't have those $40 an hour jobs. We've got decent jobs, but they're not huge jobs. And
they're not cool. Well, yours is like a kind of
mine
career job.
Can become a career job.
Yeah.
But it's not there yet. This is still like if I was in high school job. Like $15 an hour isn't that much.
Yeah.
So, but we're not like if we were making more, believe me, we'd have a nice camera. We could with a better setup. Like we would make it happen.
Studio.
Yeah. If we were making that $40-$50 an hour, but we're not yet. I mean, he's still going to school. I'm working on building a company right now, so it step by step, and you guys will experience that with us throughout this podcast. I mean, that's the goal, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we're trying to take this podcast as serious as possible, and eventually, hopefully, make it as big as we can possibly make it. And I don't see us ending anytime soon. I mean, God's sake, Bert's almost 50 and he still does it.
Right.
Joe Rogan's 50-something and he still does it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying we're going to be as big as them, but...
And we're still going to live below our means.
That's for sure.
Because, going back to, like, the whole outfit thing, the little bit of splurging, these pants Normally they go for about 120 to like
Yeah.
130. Because they were on sale, I got them for like $60.
Right, right. Because you get your 50% off, right?
Yeah, and then
That's what Nia just did for Christmas.
oh nice.
She bought me 2 pairs of nice jeans that were like normally like $100.
Mhm.
And like she got them for like, I want to say she got them for like $30. Like
Wow.
really good. So
Yeah, normally I wouldn't do something like that, but since I was able to get a discount. Plus, these are they could pass as dress pants, but when you're wearing them, it's no different than wearing sweatpants.
right, they're so comfortable. I mean,
And
yes,
then-
these these high better names are more comfortable, and they're so nice. But it's like, I don't need it,
Right.
but it's nice to have.
Or like everyone craps on all those Hanes crew necks.
But they're nice. They're comfortable.
I've had a couple, the most comfortable out of all of them. Out of all the crew necks I have, they're like big name, like Banana Republic or H&M or Calvin Klein. Hanes, the most comfortable.
I have a couple Calvin Klein ones. I have to argue. Calvin Klein is one of those brands that is my favorite brand, honestly. Like, I went to Macy's one day, and like after I had already had these crew necks, and I was like, I do not normally do this, but I have a wedding coming up, and I went and grabbed the $70 Calvin Klein shirt that no one ever fucking buys, and they just sit there. The white dress shirt, plain long sleeve dress shirt, $70. Picked it up, walked over to the register, put it down. Asked for I asked for a military discount. They gave it to me. Very thankful. And I bought that shirt. I went to that wedding, and it was the most comfortable dress shirt I've ever worn. Not tight around the neck at all. Like, perfectly fitted. Not, like, super tight. Very comfortable. Very lightweight. Very, like, good quality shirt.
Uh-huh.
And it is so worth the money. Their crew necks are easily the most comfortable I've ever worn.
You know, I wonder if we tried hard enough, if we could get Hanes to make dress shirts. You know how
Hanes,
comfortable that would be?
if there is any executive from Hanes listening, which there is not, but
hey,
if there is,
If somehow
and if
Hanes
anyone
executive
has,
stumbles upon this,
if anybody has a connection to Hanes at all, anywhere out there, you need to send them our information and send them this podcast of us, specifically
up the
this
idea.
clip. We want you, Hanes, to to make dress shirts
as comfortable
as your crew necks.
in your undershirts.
Yes, and your undershirts. So we can wear them to weddings and make them a decent price. So
Something
average people like
for.
us can take them and wear them at weddings. And when people say, "What kind of shirt is that?" I like it a lot.
It's
We
a
can say
Hanes.
it's a Hanes. Because their undershirts are very comfortable.
Oh yeah, and their crew neck's phenomenal.
I have to say that
And their socks, even though these don't
I do.
look-
I love their new
Yeah.
socks. Like their new what is this?
Oh yeah,
the
I got those
extreme
too.
socks?
Oh yeah.
Oh, they just grab your foot and you don't even feel like you're wearing a sock.
Yeah. It's like those Duluth commercials about the underwear.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
But
like
I'm sorry. I love Hanes. I will always argue that Hanes underwear and socks are the best for the price.
yeah.
They are so damn good. Sorry. But Calvin Klein is easily one of my favorite shirt brands.
Yeah.
I don't care for their underwear. It's not like I've had better underwear.
I've never bought any that expensive. The most expensive underwear I've bought
That's why I don't buy it.
was Duluth, and that's $16 for one boxer.
Right. So, Calvin Klein's undershirt is way more comfortable than Hanes. but it's because of the material that they use.
Yeah.
They just have that perfect like mix of cotton with something else that they use that is just so damn comfortable, and it goes into their dress shirts that is so comfortable. Oh, I mean, I don't have a Hanes crew neck, so I can't tell you.
Right.
But oh,
Right.
I've never tried on a Calvin Klein suit.
I don't think I have. I usually get J. Ferrar.
I usually get Michael Kors suits. I like if I'm renting a suit, I get a Michael Kors because I love their fitted suits. They, because of my shoulders and my upper body and how my structure is, they look so good on me, and they're so comfortable. I have all full range of flexibility and everything, and they look really good on me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's personally why I like their suits so much. Now, I have not tried on a Calvin Klein one. I would love to try on a Calvin Klein one. Maybe I have a wedding coming up this weekend.
There you go.
But I'm not gonna rent a suit.
Yeah.
Like, if I was part of the wedding, I would. But it's like my aunt's wedding, and I'm not a part of it. I'm just going there.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna wear probably my Calvin Klein dress shirt with dress pants and.
As we wait for Hanes to make that
Hanes,
dress shirt.
you gotta do it. I mean, I know no executive from Hanes is listening, and there's most definitely no one in our listeners that
Is connected.
knows a Hanes executive in any way. But if there is, please send this to Hanes.
We'll even wear it on the podcast.
I will wear it on the podcast.
Make a whole suit.
But if you sponsor us, I will. For every single episode, I will wear the Hanes suit. Not just the dress shirt, the Hanes suit.
That would be amazing.
I will wear everything Hanes.
And if you make hats, too.
All right.
Cowboy
I won't
hats.
wear... Okay. But I won't wear a hat on the podcast. It covers my face too much.
Maybe just for like a little segment.
It's for when we announce the sponsorship, I will.
Yeah.
You know.
Do like a little segment where we're like, now word from our sponsors, play a clip. We're just sitting there.
Or we just cut
turn.
into the middle of our... like a paused point in the middle of our sentence, so leaving them on a cliffhanger, and then the sponsor comes right in.
And so I was going down the street. You see this Hanes hat?
That'd be amazing. I know we're really small, and like we won't get a sponsor for a long time.
A long time.
But
It's
I
fun
can't
to
wait
dream.
because I have so many ideas for.
Right.
I have so many ideas that flow through my head every day about, oh, what if we did this for a sponsor? What if we did that? We don't even have a sponsor, but it just still flows through my head.
And one thing I want to do, from Wayne's World, when they were talking about like sponsorships and all that, how they were sponsoring without trying to sponsor, I want to do something like that, because in the middle of it, he goes, I would never sell out to corporate influence and propaganda. Sips of Pepsi, and he's like, the taste of a new generation. And then Garth is wearing like all Fila gear, and he's like, yeah, selling out is like something about being a poser. But gosh, this outfit is just so comfortable.
That's hilarious. I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Yeah.
But.
Or Advil. They were like, I have a big headache and I don't know what to take for it. Comes over, here, have an Advil. How many should I take? Take 2. I feel better. Just something
that dumb.
right.
You know, there's a lot of like companies out there like Bucked Up and like C4 and stuff that you can apply to be like you can support their brand, and they'll like give you like, they won't pay you, but they'll give you like what?
Imagine it. We're in the middle of talking. So I was going down the street and we're like sponsoring Bucked Up. Shot of us at the gym. You know what I take before I work out? Bucked Up.
That'd be so messed up.
Just cut back, and then I saw Susie.
So, they like you can go online. You can apply to be like one of their like sponsors or something. I don't know what it's actually called, but influencers or something, whatever it's called.
Paid partner or something like that.
Right, but they don't pay you per se, but
Brought
they
to you in part by.
but they'll give you like their supplements and like they'll give you all this free stuff and like shirts and hats and stuff. And I know a few people that do that, and I think it's pretty cool, but I've never wanted to do it because I'm like, I'm gonna post 3 times a day on my Instagram about this. I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Next thing you know, you're sending it to friends you haven't talked to since high school.
Right, like
Damn,
you got
is this a
read the
pyramid
requirements, and then you've got to put the link to the discount in your bio, and I'm like, oh, they only get like a 10% discount, and like, which it's great, but I'm like, I don't feel like posting that many times on my Instagram in a week.
Right.
So if we can just do it for the podcast, and we do 2 podcasts a week, they can get both slots.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be great, but I think they require a certain amount of followers or something.
If anyone from any company that would like to sponsor a small little business, even though we're not technically a business, let us know.
Well, that's why they can't pay you. They can only send you stuff is because you're not technically a business affiliated with their business with sponsoring them. So the only way that you can really get a sponsor is if you have a business that's supporting and sponsoring and sponsored by their business.
Send us stuff and we'll wear it to brand for you.
Right.
Or take it on here for you.
So we can make this a business, but we can't technically make it a business until we have some sort of income and revenue. There's a lot of legal stuff to that and a lot of requirements, and
there's a lot of
it's difficult to get into, and like to start a business it also just takes money, so
there's a lot of ins and outs and a lot of newfound information.
We just gotta build the channel.
More.
And if we build the channel, I remember at the start of this episode we talking about a short little episode.
Oh yeah.
We were an hour in, but we gotta build the channel to build everything up and make it a way. It'll become a gateway into making things bigger and better.
Yeah.
But we'll get there one day. Promise that. Just it's gonna all start with us grinding out these episodes for you guys, and for you guys to help us by liking, sharing, and following, subscribing, and telling your friends, your family about
anyone.
us.
Go to the top of
sharing
the
it on your
Snapchat,
Snapchat, sharing it on your Instagram, whatever it may be. We need to reach out. We need to get on Twitter badly.
I'll let you handle that one.
Great. I didn't even put it. I'm so bad. I say all the time to like, share, comment, send it to your family, friends. I don't even put it on my Snapchat. I'm such a bad human.
He drops the ball when it comes to that.
I do, because I say it every time. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna. After you share it, I'll reshare it onto my site and be like, hey, go to this, and I never do. I always say I'm going to when we end the podcast. That's our conversation after. I'm like, hey, send me the podcast so I can listen to it at work, make sure we didn't have any mess ups, so we don't have to re-record super quickly a certain part or anything for you guys. Make sure it's not bland and boring for you guys. Some have been, but sorry.
We
it's
know
just,
you cut out halfway through.
Yeah. They're definitely, if they don't cut out within the first 15 minutes,
they're in for a treat.
They're in for a treat, but if they cut out within the first 15 minutes, they're
missing out.
They're gonna miss out on a good episode.
If you made it this far, comment down below what brand you'd like to see us try to push.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the channel page because you run it, but like I haven't looked at the page since not this past Thursday, but the when we posted Parker's episode.
That's
That's bad.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it in over a week either.
No one's been blowing up our phones saying like we went viral or anything, so.
Yeah, until that happens, then we'll really start checking.
So I think we're gonna end it here. I hope this suffices for not being able to post at all last week. I hope
Leaving
this.
you guys in the dark.
I hope this makes you guys want to come back and listen to us and enjoy watching us and enjoy having us in your ears, whatever you do to listen to the podcast, watch the podcast, whatever.
Eyes, whichever.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was a fun episode.
Yeah,
I
one of our
enjoyed this
best.
one a lot. It was definitely probably one of our best episodes that we have out
It's
there.
like we say it's one of our best. It gets the least amount of views.
Because of the first 15 minutes.
Right.
If you get past the first 15 minutes, it is one of the best episodes we've ever had. And I really enjoy this, just you and me.
Yeah.
Catching up and talking and bullshitting. I think we should do this
More
often. Maybe not every week, but
Maybe
more often for sure.
every other week to every 2 weeks.
Maybe we can do the late podcast on Tuesday, Thursdays, and then eventually do a you and me podcast on Wednesdays, and we can call it something else, and then we can
Like a little segment.
Yeah, but we can post it on the same channel.
Yeah, it'd kind of be like
I mean, this would not be twice a week. It just can't happen.
Yeah.
But if we did it on Wednesdays, maybe you guys would enjoy that a lot.
It'd almost be like, you know how Saturday Night Live has like the weekend update and that's like a whole segment kind of thing?
Yeah.
It'd be like our weekend update episode.
Like an hour-long episode every
Yeah.
Wednesday or something.
Mm-hmm.
I would really enjoy that a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just been my favorite podcast to record. Like, I enjoyed the Parker episode a lot.
Oh yeah,
But this one, for
especially
me,
with
tops
his big
it.
screech right there.
I'm sorry for the headphone users on that episode. It's not going to be that great for this episode either because we peaked a lot. But
Oh yeah, I hit the mic quite a bit. Sorry.
this was a really, like, quick setup. Really, like, we only
Janky.
planned on, like, that first 15-minute segment. And after that, the ball just kept rolling. So
Like right now, his phone is taped to a Germex bottle on a chair on
just
a
call us
stool.
out. Just call us out.
Hey, living below our means. Gotta circle back.
Very much.
Full circle.
Okay, so now that we've brought everything back to living below our means and we don't go for that big of name brands, thank you guys again for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We will see you guys on Thursday. If we don't have that much to talk about, it's because we're literally recording that tomorrow. We're going to try our best, though. Appreciate it. We're going to give you a recap about the Browns tomorrow. See you guys later. Peace out.
See ya. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, starting. I got you just pulling your pants off.